365 days, this day ends with another cliffhanger with Laura's life in danger. The question is, when will the third and final part of the franchise premiere? Will Netflix stay loyal to the source material? Who will the female lead end up with? Let's find out. Warning, spoilers for 365 days, this day ahead. Returning cast members. Just like the first film of the trilogy, the second one leaves viewers on a major cliffhanger as well. The female lead's life is again in danger, with fans questioning her uncertain future. Thankfully, Netflix has already released a statement revealing all of the returning cast members for the upcoming installment, with Michele Morrone and Anna Maria Sieklucka coming back to reprise their roles once again. Are there any newcomers? Well, that hasn't been confirmed yet, but we do know that Magdalena Lamparska will return as Olga, Laura's best friend, and more importantly for the relationship between the fan-favorite couple, we'll see again the new cast addition, Simone Suzina, who was introduced in This Day as Massimo's rival, Marcello Nacho Matos. This will continue the love triangle storyline between him, Laura, and Massimo. Obviously, it won't be easy for our favorite couple to finally get the happily ever after we've been all waiting to see. This only brings us to the major influence This Day will have on the final installment of the franchise. The much-awaited follow-up to 365 Days included everything, numerous songs with several of them coming from Michele Morrone. Yeah, the actor is a talented musician as well. Anyway, we've seen the previously mentioned new addition, we've seen a wedding, an evil twin brother, an engagement between Olga and Domenico, and, well, we've seen plenty of steamy scenes. After so many different plot elements being included in a single installment, the sequel ended with Laura being shot by Anna, Massimo's ex. We've previously established that Laura is alive. I mean, it has been confirmed that the actress will return for the next part, so you have nothing to worry about. The second book on which the film is based also ended with Laura being shot, and the third book starts off with Massimo facing a life-changing decision. He needs to either choose the love of his life or their unborn baby. Netflix decided to make a few changes from the source material, with the film adaptation changing one thing about Laura's pregnancy. You see, by the end of the second book, she is pregnant, which is not the case in the film as she lost her baby during the accident that happened at the end of the first installment. The threequel will again be based on the book by Blanka Lipińska, and thankfully we have the synopsis for the next 365 days available. Here it is. As the wife of Don Massimo Torricelli, one of the most dangerous mafia bosses in Sicily, Laura's life is a roller coaster. She's often at risk, the potential target of Massimo's unscrupulous enemies, who'll stop at nothing to destroy the powerful man, it reads. And when Laura is seriously injured in an attack, pregnant and fighting to survive, Massimo faces the toughest decision of his life. What will his life be without Laura? Will he be able to raise their child alone? What will the fate of his family be? And whose 365 days may come to a close? Aside from the fact that Laura is pregnant, at the end of the book, the synopsis reveals everything that has already happened. There's one theory suggesting that she was indeed pregnant again by the end of This Day, but she was decided not to tell anyone. If that theory becomes true, the third film might open the same way as the source material, with Massimo choosing his wife over their unborn baby. But this storyline is nothing compared to the other events that take place in the third book. Shocking storylines. Despite being referred to as one of the most controversial films in the entire industry of cinema, This Day managed to stay on the list of top 10 most watched films on Netflix for a long time, longer than expected to be honest. Did you guys know that This Day reached nearly 78 million streaming hours in its first week on Netflix alone? This is a big deal, and the most obvious reason for the third installment being given a green light. Anyway, let's get into some shocking details regarding the plot of the final part, shall we? As we already mentioned, the first book ends in the same way as the film adaptation, only with the female lead getting pregnant with Massimo's child. However, there's another major difference in the film, as instead of going with him deliberately, she gets kidnapped again by the rival mafia leader named Marcello Nacho Matos. She develops feelings for him. The third book starts off with Massimo choosing his life of his loved one over the life of their unborn baby, with his wife thinking that she lost the baby naturally. The book continues with her developing an alcohol addiction while her husband finds salvation in drugs. Since Massimo is a busy man, his wife gets bored and they decide to cure her boredom by getting a dog. Her husband gives her a puppy, which she names Prada, but since her husband is using drugs constantly, she again gets attracted to Nacho. She leaves Massimo and starts a brand new life with the new addition we've met in This Day. Knowing Massimo, he gets pretty jealous and does a crazy thing, sending Laura a package with her dead dog in it. After some time, the couple meets again at Olga and Domenico's wedding, where Laura sees her ex with another girl. She gets extremely jealous and decides to talk to him. He tells her that he wasn't the one who sent her the previously mentioned package and blames Nacho for that. She believes him and gets back with him. The thing is, he was lying, only for her to be trapped again. Once she realizes this, she runs away and gets with Nacho. The book ends with her and Nacho getting married and expecting a child. A lot of fans were disappointed by the conclusion to the very addictive story, claiming that they've been invested in Laura and Massimo's relationship for so long that it doesn't make sense for the writer to turn Massimo into such a despised character, and according to these fans, the female lead deserves to end with Massimo, not Nacho. What do you guys think? Should the creators stay loyal to the source material?
We are going to see my father today.
And? That makes you worry or what?
Are those scenes real, plus filming locations? We've decided to satisfy your curiosity since there are a lot of fans, including us, who strongly believe that the fan-favorite couple is really doing it in those steamy scenes that practically made the first film so popular and successful. Thankfully, Michele Morrone addressed this in an interview, with him being asked whether those scenes in the movie were real. In the video shared by a fan on Twitter, Michele laughs and asks the interviewers whether they look real to her. She laughs as well and compliments Morrone and Anna Maria's chemistry in the film before Michele says that the scenes look really simply because of the fact that both of them are professional and talented actors. He also explained that a lot of people have asked the same question, and no, they're not doing it for real in the film. Now, we've seen some beautiful scenery in the second installment, with the film's setting taking place in Sicily. The sequel and the third part were filmed back-to-back, which means we're going to see the beautiful Sicily in the upcoming movie as well. Both films were shot in 2 locations, some parts of Warsaw, Poland, and Italy.
You're wrong.
Release date. The first installment was released at the peak of the pandemic in 2020, with the second one premiering in 2022. Thankfully, we won't have to wait 2 years to see the final part, since Netflix confirmed that the second and third movies were filmed back-to-back, meaning that filming is all wrapped up and the next installment will come out sooner than expected. According to the official announcement, the streaming giant intends to release both 365 Days this day and 365 Days 3 globally in 2022. Our guess is that we'll see the conclusion to the story sometime in December this year. What are your hopes for the next part? Who do you guys wish Laura to end up with? Have you read the third novel? What do you think of it? Let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed our video, make sure you subscribe to our channel so you'll never miss any of our videos in the future. As always, thanks for watching.